let people in. See any bots?
Okay, I need to mute this. Mute. And then here. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right, camera's on unless you're naked. Let's go. Or at least dress from the top up. All right. Happy Tech Tuesday. Super excited for today because we get to talk about luxury, which is one of my favorite things to talk about.
Trying to record. Hold on.
Oh, sorry. Record.
There you go.
All right. Happy Tech Tuesday. Let's do that again. Super excited about today because I get to talk about luxury, which is one of my favorite things to talk about now. So, but we're going to start off with a little story. Well, everybody's popping in because I think it's kind of important, to get your mindset right on, something that you want to dive into, but you're scared, you don't know how, all the good stuff. So we're going to talk about 3 years ago, my husband got a motorcycle and I rode on the back of it and it sucked. So, like, my back was killing me, my butt was killing me. I fell asleep on the bike. Like, who falls asleep on a Harley? But I did. Anyway, I didn't like it. So, I decided I was going to go to Harley school and learn how to ride a motorcycle. So there I go. I'm gonna learn how to ride a motorcycle and buy my own, right? So that I can do what I want and lean when I want and do all the things. So anyway, I did that. I did fail my first time because I dropped the bike during the fast braking period. Anyway, I went back. I did get my motorcycle license. So it was super exciting. And I couldn't wait to go ride. But I was scared as shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I was so scared, like, about everything. My first time on Boulder Highway, I was behind my husband and he was getting into, this lane so that we could eventually turn left, right? So when I'm riding and I turn my blinker on, and I look, they say, head on a swivel when you're on a motorcycle. I look and there's a guy like in a pickup right here, and it looked like he was slowing down, but I heard him honk. And I was like, okay. So I didn't get over. And my husband's looking at me like, what are you doing? Come on. And so anyway, I tried it again. I turned my blinker on, honk. And I was like, oh shit. Why is he doing that? And then I saw him backing up, like he was looking at me like, what are you doing, lady? Right? Just get over it. Anyway, apparently I was not hitting the blinker. I was hitting the horn. I was honking at myself. So, yeah, that was fun. Anyway, so Boulder Highway was super scary for me. Like 4 days later, we decided to take a whole ride to Utah, which between Nevada and Utah are all these canyons, right? And mountains. And oh my gosh, it was so crazy that I literally just learned how to ride a motorcycle and now I'm going like to another state. But it was my husband's birthday. We were going to go to Zion and ride on all those Razorbacks, right? And I made it. It was scary on our way back. It was like 50 or 60-mile-an-hour winds, and we had headsets. So thank goodness I had these headsets, right? He was literally walking me through it. He's like, okay, lean, lean, lean. Okay, up because the wind stops when you like, go into more rocks, and then you got to come back up. And I mean, oh my gosh, I literally thought that was the end of my life. I was like, oh, okay, this is where I die. I'm dying right here on this motorcycle. Anyway, I made it home. I can't believe I made it home, but it was kind of funny that, Boulder Highway was like a breeze after that, right? So getting on Boulder Highway was so easy. I was like, oh, this is nothing compared to the freeway, because the freeway was like super scary. And then like 2 weeks later, we decide we're going to ride to Sturgis. So here I am from Vegas riding all the way to Sturgis. And by the time we got done with that 2 week trip and all that riding, I did not dump my bike on those Razorbacks in Sturgis either. A couple people did, but I didn't. I stayed upright, and so that was super exciting. But now it's like, oh, here, I'll show you what now looks like. This is gonna be great. Yep, this is me now. Look at that. I can check emails on my motorcycle. Like I'm not gonna check emails, but hey, it's amazing. And I just feel like I'm always challenging myself, right? So so when I did tap into luxury, same scary feeling, same thing. Like I was just like, what am I doing? I am crazy again. Like it's almost like I just, love the rush from being scared like shit. So anyway, but I did take the plunge, and I'm super excited I did. Because look what happened. I literally have been in the $300,000 to $500,000 range for almost 20 years. And when I decided to tap into luxury, I freaking landed 12 luxury listings in 12 months, ranging from 850 to 12 million. So, and I am literally the opposite of luxury, you guys, and you know that. I am. Like I ride a Harley, I drive a Jeep, I crawl around on rocks, I can't walk in high heels. I'm from Oregon, so I talk a little redneck, so the opposite. And if I could do this, you could do it. So anyway, we're going to dive into how we're doing this, because this is a luxury expired class. Um, and this, yeah, I'm not a luxury realtor. Da, 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 da. So how many people here, let's look. How many people here feel like they are a luxury realtor? Oh, Michael? All right.
Not yet.
Not yet. We're
Working
getting
on
there. Okay. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's when you're not there and you've been doing something for so long, it's just super scary. And so when I started luxury, I went to these masterminds, which are great, but I was like, okay, I need to learn on how I'm going to break into the luxury market, because I'm literally over here in this market. And they told me I have to play golf, play pickleball, play tennis, join the country clubs, right? And then take attorneys out to lunch and schmooze them so that they send you their luxury business. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's not happening, because I have motorcycles to ride and rocks to crawl around on. So we got to figure something else out. So I did. And let's see, we're going to go right to here. This is where I started. I have this amazing presentation that eXp Luxury provided that has a picture of their house with their address on all these fancy platforms. We run 80 plus ads to over 100 countries. So I put this amazing presentation in this magical black book. And then the black book goes inside the white envelope. I throw in like a Golden Knights calendar for their refrigerator and my metal business card. And I send it to everybody that expired over $1 million. That's it. I mean, that's not really it, but that's where it starts. So I use the MLS. Yes, you can use Red X, Vulcan 7, Mojo, whatever you want to use. But I just go to the MLS. And when we first started, we went all the way back 2 years. 2 years, because they may have tried to go to market and then it didn't work out and then they changed their mind, but you never know. It might be their time to sell right now. So the book still makes sense. The letter still makes sense. Because basically it says, I don't see your amazing home online anymore, blah, blah, blah. So And some of those that were back 2 years were actually my favorite because not every realtor was like pounding down their door to list their home anymore, right? So definitely don't be scared to backdate that, but go into your MLS and look for expireds over $1 million. Go back 2 years and see how many. Like when I did it, I think I did a 90-day search and it was like 350. I was like, I'm in. I can land a couple of those. So anyway, so if you do have a lot, this is for you because it does work. Create or print your luxury presentation. So you can use this one, and this can literally work at any brokerage. It's just easier here because we have amazing products. But if your company has, a luxury brand and a luxury presentation, just pop it into this. It definitely works. Definitely works. And then the luxury listing expired letter goes on top. You bind them all together and you put them in the branded envelope and FedEx them to the seller. Don't mail them. Don't mail them, right? FedEx or UPS, something like that, like creates urgency. Like this is super important. You need to open it. And people do. They open it and they love it. They love it. And then we have a simple follow-up process that actually works. I know nobody likes follow-ups. They don't want to talk about it. But when you send something like this that has that much value, it's not a cold call anymore. You're literally calling to make sure they got it, to see if they have any questions and maybe see if they want to meet with you so you could talk to them about how that you can get them their price or maybe even more, right? So have that conversation with them. And but first, I don't always jump into calling because I hate calling. So this is what we do. We send the FedEx out 4 days after, an email goes out. 4 days after that, a text goes out, and then 4 days after that, if we still don't hear from them, we call. So we do use Fellow, so we let Fellow engage with them and do their thing. And then we also set them up on real marketing. So we'll talk about that in a minute, but I want to be at their front door, in their phone, on social media, in their mailbox, all the things so that they can get to either know, like, and trust you or hate you. So hopefully not hating. But anyway, and yes, we made luxury videos, and these videos are pertaining directly to luxury home sellers, right? So my older videos were all about, get your home ready for a home inspection. Don't forget to paint your fascia board and replace your electrical plate. And like when you're talking to a $10 million home seller, like they don't care about that stuff. They want you to take care of all that, right? So they have different kind of pain points. So this is what ChatGPT told me, like, are there pain points? Because I didn't know, this is a totally different market for me. I'm like, what are they worried about? So anyway, they do have pain points. So we talk to the pain, and then we use those videos to retarget all of the luxury expireds, and also in the luxury neighborhoods. So we have a really cool couple tools that we use to extract people's names, emails, phone numbers, and addresses right into our CRM, which then become an audience to the ads that we're running with our videos that go right in front of them. So love, love, love that part. This is real marketing. This is our marketing report. What was that? Here, we'll mute. There we go. Anyway, this is our luxury report that Real Marketing creates. Like they create this and they send it out every month. So I like that they talk about everything over $1 million, right? Because if I was to send this out and it said, Las Vegas average price point is 450,000, like they're going to throw this in the trash. It doesn't even pertain to them. So you want to talk directly to them. So I love this, and so do they. We actually got a $4 million listing from this because we kept sending it. We're in front of them every month, and you get to feature one of your listings on here So you can also take it to your listing appointment, and let them know, this goes out to thousands of elite home sellers just like you, and we can feature one of our luxury listings on here. You could be on next month's edition. So anyway, they love that. And then this is super important. Get an amazing visual marketing partner. You guys have met Eon Jones. He's my visual marketing partner, but you guys are all over the country. So make sure you find one that, knows what your vision is and that can help you be luxury, right? Because when you're working with the opposite of luxury, trust me, I have more bloopers than I do good material. Like, I'm surprised they haven't fired me yet. But, you want to make sure that that you're in the video, you're telling the story of the home, right? And that the pictures in the video are fire, and the 3D tours and the drone, like everything needs to be amazing, because when you go to that listing appointment, you need to show them what you do for sellers. So this is super important here. Getting in a luxury magazine is not top priority, but like when I said I went all in, I went all in. So I did a lot of home tours. At some of the larger builders that were building $5 million homes, and this magazine was sitting on their counter of Blue Heron, and I don't even know if I was supposed to have it, but I grabbed it and I went and I called this guy that was on the back, and I was like, hey, I got your magazine and I need to be luxury, so I need to be in it. So anyway, so I got in it. I had a 4-page spread that I could also put my listings in, that were going out to all 10 neighborhoods that I was trying to attract. So if you have something like this in your area, you can. It is kind of expensive. I don't feel like I got anything from it, but it's just one more thing that you can take to your listing appointment and talk to your sellers about. As far as getting a luxury website, I love mine. I did it through Luxury Presence, and I do have a link if you want to, talk to them about that. They did a really great job, and I wanted to be able to send the luxury home sellers, like the last page of our presentation has a QR code and it goes right to here. So I wanted to make sure that I'm sending them to somewhere beautiful, right? Because they're gonna check you out. They're gonna check you out. So you want to make sure that your website looks good. I know that EXP just rolled out an option for $350 to turn your KV course site into a luxury site. So, which is not bad. That's not bad at all. And it doesn't look terrible. It definitely looks a lot better than the other ones. So if you're interested in doing that, yeah, give that a shot. And then you want to get a good property website. This is also through Eon that I work with, but he also offers these to everybody, across the globe. You're just going to send him your pictures and your video, and he builds it for you. It's $99 per property, and it's good for a whole year. This also comes with a complete marketing kit that has like 60 different posts for your listing. So you could have 60 days of content right from his website. But I love this one because it actually lets you list all of the features of the home. Because when you do luxury, everything is different. There's so many things, and the sellers want you to say everything about their home, right? And the MLS gives you like this much, room. So being able to plug this all into a website with the pictures, the video, the 3D tour, the floor plans, the area map, and all the features, it's just really nice. I point all my marketing to this. That way, when they click on any of my ads on Facebook, on YouTube, they come right to here because it's going to tell them all about the house. And then you can use this at your listing presentations. You're going to pop this in your iPad and you're going to scroll and you're going to show them. You're going to have your home's going to have its very own website, with your property address. And this is what we're going to use for marketing. So when you show them this, they're like, oh, that's really nice. So anyway, you definitely want to have a good property website for your luxury. And then post luxury content. Yes, you still need to post luxury content, even if you don't have a luxury listing. And you can start with home tours. So you can either find luxury homes that are for sale and ask the agents to come in and get some content. A lot of them are going to tell you no. And I don't believe it's because they're being mean, but a lot of home sellers don't want just everybody coming in, you know, and doing that. So I did grab a couple, I was able to do a couple of those, but for the most part, I spent a lot of time in Blue Heron, and you just do like little reels of little things, words on screen, adding some trending sounds. And, I never tag the builder, even though the builder told you to tag them, because I don't want people going directly to the builder. I'm just like, this is what $10 million gets you in Las Vegas. This is what $5 million gets you in Las Vegas. So I did that, and then DM me for more info, and then that's when we would have a conversation. So you can also go to luxury events, highlight companies that service luxury homeowners, right? So luxury homeowners, they want someone coming to them to detail their cars. They want someone coming to them to cater their events. So you could partner with people like that and do a lot of social media content on that. And, hopefully, some of the luxury clientele will be like looking at your stuff and, using your people. So, and then you can always just do luxury home seller mindset words on screen. You can do this super easy right in Canva. So when you type in real, right? You can type in real, you can go to luxury living room or luxury home, luxury kitchen, something like that. They have little reels already made. You don't even have to go anywhere. And then you just put the words on screen, download it, and then add your music. So there's a whole bunch of things you could do to constantly be posting about luxury so that people are like, oh, yeah, Windy does luxury now. That's what they're saying. And I didn't even have any listings yet. So people believe it. You just got to do it. And then super important, run ads on your listings. I know everybody likes free and organic, but when you're talking about selling a $10 million home and then you want to get more $10 million listings, you want to run ads on them. Number one, because you really want a buyer, right? Number two, because you want to get your next listing. So when I started, obviously I didn't have this, right? Because, I ran ads on my other listings, but nothing like that I would take to a $10 million home seller. So I ended up landing one of my first listing, which was $12 million. And I just marketed the shit out of it, right? So I ran ads, just like I said. I did an amazing video. I did everything that I said. Did it sell? No, it didn't. Did it get me 13 more listings? Yes, it did. So that's the thing. You have to leverage your listings, and this is a good way to do it. And then when you're going to your listing appointment, and let's say, it expired, you pull up I like to Google their address and then press video at the top, and it'll bring up all the videos of that address. And sometimes there's not even a video, right? $10 million home sellers, and they didn't even have a video. Or they're the MLS video that like clips all the pictures together. And so basically I show them, I'm like, well, here was your video. It had 127 views. Like mine get over 100,000 views in the first 30 days, because I actually put money behind them. And the joy of YouTube is that it's like related to Google, right? So when people are Googling luxury homes in Las Vegas, we want your home, to stand out. So using keywords is super important, and you have to know all of this stuff. And I paid a lot of money to know these things, so this is what I do for my clients. And then I'm not gonna lie, but Facebook is not, how should I say this? For luxury home sellers, they definitely don't feel like you're going to sell their home on Facebook ever. Half of them don't even have Facebook, so they don't care. So I don't do a lot with Facebook as far as talking to them. What I do tell them is that I have a map that tells me where people are moving from. So when I, run ads on your property, yes, on Facebook, I like target those areas, because I want all of them to see your beautiful home because chances are that's where our buyer is, so that's what I talk to them about. But yeah, when I've had a couple of them just be like, seriously, you think you're going to sell my house on Facebook? I'm like, no, no, you never know. Like, we want to be in front of the most people, not just, people on YouTube, not just people on Google. So anyway, so when I started landing the listings, I was like, oh my gosh, this is working. This is so cool. Me and Joanna started putting every single thing into a system because we have 9 EXP luxury agents on our team across the globe. So I wanted them to be able to duplicate what we did in their markets. So we started putting together like this is everything in our course, a hardcover presentation book supplies. So it has all the links to order the books, order the envelopes. It has the Canva templates for the letter and the back page. And then it also has like links to my metal business cards, the schedule that you want to order, and a how-to video on how to make the actual book. So we have that in there. We have finding and tracking expireds, the whole follow-up process, making luxury videos, how I retarget expireds in all luxury neighborhoods. We talk about getting marketing materials ready for your listing appointments. So there's a whole bunch of good stuff in there because I did not have a lot of marketing materials on my first couple appointments and I bombed them. So having those materials is very, very important. So this is a section that you have to definitely visit because when you start sending out these books, they immediately start raising their hands. So you want to be ready. So we also have a whole section on what to say to the seller, like when you get to the kitchen table, you need to know what to say, what is going to close them. You're up against other luxury realtors. And so have I. So have I. I bombed my first 5 appointments, but I landed 100% of the other ones that I went on. So I just had to figure it out. Real marketing automated reports. There's information on that. Getting a luxury website, having the best property website. We talk about posting luxury on social media. We have a bunch of templates in there for you. And then I do teach you how to run ads behind your property video on YouTube and Facebook. And then we also do a marketing update to the seller. So when when you get a listing, luxury does not sell overnight unless you're Nicole. So I'm so used to listing on Thursday, sold by Sunday. So this is the exact opposite. So anyway, it is for sale for a little bit, and you want to be able to tell your seller, this is what I'm doing. I promised you this, and this is what I'm doing. So I teach you how to do like a whole screen share of all the different things that you're doing and show them like, this is how many leads came in. This is how many views we've had. This is how many followers we got from your listing. This is all the luxury marketing that we're sending out. Here's the links to all of those, so we have all of it set up and we do a video and send that to them to keep them updated. And then we also created a workshop where we work on all the things together that happens every Monday. So I love this because when we first started this part, me and my team, I decided to open it up to realtors, right? So I'm opening it up to realtors so everybody can start doing this. Like the thing is there's so much business out there. And, out of the 350 expireds, I got 14, I mean, like that's not too bad. It's like that in everybody's area, almost everybody's area, unless you're in Michigan with Carrie. But anyway, so I really love this because I do like a training on part of the course 30-minute training, and then the other 30 minutes is all about Q&A. So we answer everybody's questions, and everybody in this group is like either just getting started, just ordered their books, already sending books out, already landing listings, already cashing their checks. So we have different people in this group. We also have them all in a chat, so we get a lot of questions in the chat throughout the week, because I don't ever want you to feel stuck. And sorry, I had to turn sound on because we got Lori coming up here. Anyway, so Lori's with.
All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Okay, so I am a member of Luxury. I follow the Luxury workflow. I have my follow-up process right here on my whiteboard. I send out the books. I've got the thermal bind. I've got the bubble mailers. I got the metal business cards. I have all the luxury supplies we need to work the luxury workflow. So about 5 months ago, I sent out a series of books one week, and I ended up calling this guy at least 7 times. He told me he was not in the market to purchase or to put his home back on the market. And he ended up reaching out to me. Short version is he wanted to rent it. I told him the rental market's horrible for luxury properties here right now. He let me list his property. I sold it using the luxury workflow, and I closed it last week, and my commission check was $112,000, 525. So you guys, I know it's expensive to join luxury, but if you get the things and you do the things and you do the follow-up is the most important. I always tell people I will call somebody until they let me list their house or tell me to drop dead. Okay. So he finally let me list his house, so I'm still alive. But you guys, if you have any doubt about the luxury workflow, it does work if you do the things. Okay. You cannot give up on the follow-up. That's the most important thing of all. Do not give up on the follow-up.
I love it. I love it. $113,000. That's a lot of Jeep parts, people.
But I woke up unemployed this morning, so I have to go get another listing. I have to go get more work. I am literally acting like.
Love it. Love it. So going from $10,000 commissions to $100,000 commissions. Who's in? Who wants to do that? I know I do. Okay. So more client results. We have Liliana in Florida. She went from $400,000 listings to 3 listings over $1 million, sending the book out for 3 weeks. So she did 10 a week. That's 30 listings. And then Laura Utah, she got a $3.8 million and a $2.7 million listing and closed a $4.5 million listing. Elizabeth in California landed a $25 million listing appointment. Laura in California got 2 listings over $1 million as soon as she started sending out the books. Crystal in Nevada went from $400,000 listings to 3 over $1 million. Like, how cool is that? And the thing is it was really cool when I did it, but I love this even more. Like, I love that people are winning, and it's the duplication's working. So I love it. All right. So you have 2 options. Either I do have a luxury team that I'm growing across the US. You can either meet with me about joining my EXP luxury team and get my whole workflow for free. Or if you really don't want to change your logo, or you're already at EXP, you can scan this to get my course plus the workshop and use TT, the discount. It'll get you 50% off. So we did just incorporate, it's risk-free. So we offer guaranteed return on your investment. If you don't see an ROI by the end of the 12-week period, we will work with you until you do for free. So I think that's pretty great. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions? Anything about luxury? Pick my brain. Do you want to know the 5 mistakes I made? Bonnie.
What did you say the cost was again? I was disconnecting to my car.
Okay, so the cost to join, it's $5,000, but it's 50% off for Check Tuesday members. So thank you for being a member. Just use TT for the discount code. You can either it's either 2,500 up front, or you could do 3 payments of $1,000.
Okay, and what do you get with that again?
You get that whole course, so everything that I talked about, plus the workshop
Okay.
every Monday.
Oh, okay, the workshop. And that's for how long?
It's a 12-week course, but like I said, if you're not where you want to be, we'll continue to keep you in the course until you get where you want to be.
Okay.
Wendy, can Joanna put up that last screen again? I think that will help people.
Sorry. Here, we'll do that again. And then Bonnie, you had your hand up.
I did. So
Great.
I just scanned to look at the ones that have expired in my area, and a
Uh-huh.
lot of them are new construction.
Okay. We
So-
sent books out to them too.
Did you?
Well,
Did you-
yeah. I mean, the thing is they may have realtors that they use, but if you have an amazing presentation and show them like what you actually do, which we all know how to do a lot of things, right? We're digital
Right.
marketers, you know, when you market through YouTube and run ads through YouTube, you can run ads to different countries. So the thing is if you can tell them that like we're global and we're going to get your listing so much more exposure than your agent that just put pretty pictures on the MLS, like still go after those. You can get the builder to, you know, switch gears. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I know 2 of them that expired. His wife is actually his realtor. Y'all don't get that one.
Ah, that's funny. It's funny because I did get an appointment with a guy and his wife was the realtor and it expired. And then they never ended up listing with me because she got so mad at him. She was like, "What? You freaking made an appointment with a realtor?"
Yeah. Yeah, that's almost grounds for divorce.
Oh, yeah, I have a feeling I would have to hurt Clint.
Okay, thank you.
You are welcome. All right. Any other questions? Do you need me to share the other screen to see about what it looks like to be on our luxury team? Like the thing is I talk to a lot of people and they're like, well, we don't really have a luxury brand at our brokerage, you know, and I get it. I was LV Sweet Homes. Nobody even heard of me and I didn't have a luxury brand. Everything I had was don't gamble on your biggest asset. Don't roll the dice when it comes to pricing. Like everything in my presentation what had to do with gambling because I live in Las Vegas and it was super cute for my Jeep friends. But, you know, $10 million home sellers, they don't like that. You know, they want sleek, streamlined, you know, luxury stuff. So, anyway, Joanne will also put those in the chat, the links in the chat and the code for you guys. And it will go out in our email today too. But yeah, so couple things that I did wrong. Like I said, I bought my first 5 appointments. And you know, I love my Jeep. I love my Jeep, but it was a mobile billboard with a bunch of hearts and homes all over it. And apparently luxury home sellers like discretion. Who would have thought? You know, I'm like the opposite of discretion. And anyway, so I did have a couple appointments that didn't hire me, and they both made comments about my Jeep. One of them was this lady, she walked out and she goes, "Oh, holy hell, the neighbors are going to be blowing up my phone now," and walked in. And I was like, you know, so there's that. I still have a Jeep. I just got a new Jeep and it has like a little EXP luxury at the top of my windshield. Very subtle, so a little less loud. But it's very pretty and it looks like it deserves to be in their driveway. So there's that. The marketing materials was a big thing. Like you send out this amazing book, right? And then you get there and you don't have the things. Like they're almost sitting down at the table waiting for you to unload your bag for all this stuff you're gonna do, right? And I didn't really have anything because all my stuff had, gambling stuff all over it. So I did tap into EXP Luxury, and they had 4-page soft touch brochures. Did I have a listing? No, I didn't. So I bought pictures from my photographer, and I said, hey, I need 12 luxury home photos in Las Vegas because I'm going to be luxury and I need marketing. And he's like, okay. So I got those. And on all my brochures, it said 123, your luxury home, Las Vegas, Nevada. So that's how I started with my products. I took them, they're like, oh, this is nice. I'm like, yeah, we don't send postcards out to your neighbors. This is what we do. So when you can walk in there and show them stuff like that, they love it. Like every single one of them are just like feeling it. Oh, this is so beautiful. So that's a thing. So you got to have your products, and then I'm super embarrassed to say, don't say you have listings if you don't. Don't ever say that. And it's funny because I've been in business a long time. I've always had like 10 escrows at the same time, like 10 listings. I didn't have anything when I went to this appointment. And she goes, so how many listings do you have? And I'm like, oh, I have like 3. And she goes, oh, she pulls out her phone, goes to Zillow. She goes, can you show me where they are? Because I don't see that you have any. So I'm just being real with you. Do not say that. Don't lie about your numbers. They know more than you do. Like, seriously. I mean, I kind of got out of it a little bit. I said, well, they're all in coming soon status, and Zillow doesn't allow coming soons. But I don't think she believed me, and I definitely didn't get hired. So don't make that mistake. Bonnie.
So how do you break into luxury and get the EXP luxury stuff if you've never done luxury?
Okay, good question. EXP Luxury has a certification that you can take. It's $600. And if you haven't had at least 3 luxury listings or sales in the last 24 months, I believe, you can actually go to EXP Luxury and get certified. So I love that because that's huge. They also, EXP Luxury does cost money, but look at them. They're marketing on all those platforms for you. Like when I say run 80 plus ads to over 100 countries, guess what? I'm not doing that. I'm just focusing on YouTube and Facebook. Right? So the fact that they're doing all of that for you, it would cost so much money to be a part of all of those, platforms to put your listings on. So it is $2,500 a year. If you are not on a team, and want to join my luxury team, it's only $995 a year. So there's that option as well. So I'll save you $1,500, and then you get the course for free. So there's that. Awesome. Rotasha, hey girl.
Early. Okay, so I guess I have like 2 questions. So where for the new construction, so now you've kind of like piqued my ears up because called quite a few luxury home builders in where I want to market. And they've all told me the same thing. Hey, either we already have a realtor or we do it on our own through the MLS or what have you. So the first question is, as far as and we're talking cost effectiveness right now. So if I wanted to just get a book with all the bells and whistles, like a presentation book, right? That I just show that to the new builders or the ones that I'm trying to market, can I do that rather than feel like leave the book and like everything that we do? I feel like that will they'll give that information over to the realtors, you know what I'm saying? And then at that point, it's like I don't have a leg to stand on because now I'm giving them my marketing materials. So I guess my first question is, how do I go about doing that?
Right. So you can definitely order books.
Okay.
But the EXP presentation, the luxury presentation, you have to be a part of EXP Luxury to do that.
Mm,
So you would have to have your own presentation to put in there.
okay.
Which we can design, we can design something good, but yeah, you can't say you're going to market on, Raw Report and Wall Street Journal and all that
Gotcha.
when you're not. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So there's that.
Okay.
But I think once you tap into it, I mean, I think new construction would be an amazing place to be sending your books or just taking them in and just being like, hey,
Yeah.
XP Luxury and this is what we have. Like, I would love to, give your listing a shot, we'll pay for all the marketing and send it out to all the things and then it would be your listing. So yeah, I know it's a thing. It's a thing.
Yeah. Because I do like open houses for a builder, and right down the street is a luxury home builder, which I have visited, and they're really nice homes. They already have like agents that do their things or what have you. So
Mhm.
And I forgot what my second question is. If I think of it, I'll let you know. But that was
Right.
that was my
But those are good. Those are good to go get content in. Just be like, hey, I'm previewing, this for my client. Go in there with your little phone and freaking start making some reels, and just be like, showing and selling today. Showing and selling today. You want more information about this sweet home? Let me know. You know what I mean? Use
Right.
that. Use that.
Okay.
Um, and then, yeah, and then when you can tap into luxury, then yeah, take the book because the book will work.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll get with you so we can kind of work on something.
All right. Jen. Hi, Jen.
Thank you.
How's it
Hi.
going?
Good. I've got a couple questions. I've got your notion for the luxury stuff. So I've got that. I was looking at the books, but what size book do you get? Like the 20 pages, 40 pages, 60 pages?
It's 20, and it would be easier to click on the link and
Uh-huh.
call them and
Uh-huh.
just say, I want what Wendy has. I'm on
Okay.
Wendy's team. I want what Wendy has. That way, otherwise, they're going to want to send you a bunch of samples of, and it just takes longer. It just
Okay.
takes longer. So yeah, that's what I would do. Definitely. There is also another link on there that has just EXP luxury books.
Yeah.
Which come in like 8 to 10 days. So mine take like 3 to 4 weeks, but it has your name on it and your own brand. I do love that, and then it's not like everybody else. But if you want them quicker, there is another link for that. You can order those. And they're still really nice. I think Suzanne, you just got yours, right? Yeah. And they're
Okay. I
Yeah,
had
they're
another question. Oh, sorry. They're nice.
no, I was just gonna say they're super nice. They're like soft touch and they have EXP luxury on the front. But they look, great. And they did take, I would say, yeah, 7 to 10 days to get here. You have to order them like in batches of 10 or whatever, but they're very nice.
Okay.
awesome.
Thank you. My other question is, since we don't have EXP luxury where we can order the postcards, where are you getting your soft touch postcards now?
Yeah, good question. So I have their contact info because I ordered a lot of product from them and
Okay.
I'm trying to work a deal. Because yeah, if you send them through Canva, everything from EXP went to Canva. And I'm just super sad about that sometimes. Sometimes for this I am. Anyway, but I am working on trying to get their link to order through, so you could create it,
Uh-huh.
put the stuff in it, and then whatever you need, save it and then send it to them to print. So that's what I'm working on.
Okay, awesome. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Michael.
Hey, hello. What, in terms of old expireds, because I mean, we've got a zillion here in Miami Beach and surrounding area. Where do you figure out where to focus first?
Well, I did all of Las Vegas, so I didn't really focus on it. Everything over $1 million in Las Vegas area, and we work Henderson, Boulder City, Las Vegas, Summerlin, North Las Vegas, whatever. So I just did the whole area, and then that's when we came up with 350. And I sorted by price. I literally sorted by price and started with the most expensive ones. I was like, if I'm going to spend this kind of money, I'm going to go get that $25 million listing that has a helicopter pad and I'm going to fly the helicopter in my video. So anyway, I did not get that listing. Super sad about that, but that's how I did it. We just sorted from price, which, you know, if you sell more like the $1-2 million, those are the ones that sell faster. So I probably should have did it the other way, but I was like, I'm gonna be luxury. I'm going all in. Let's go. So that's
I
how
guess okay. So kind of pick and choose.
yeah,
One
and
little,
it's gotta be pretty. Like I didn't like I saw a lot that were just ugly. You know, they're still over 1 million, but they're ugly. And, you know, I just don't even think that would look good on the website and on all the marketing materials. And, you know, so when you have that many, you can be picky. You know, I mean, maybe go after those because nobody else will, but I don't know. It's up to
yeah.
you.
I'll give you a quick little story. This was several years ago, and I got a call from a homeowner in South America. And long story short, we negotiated commission percentage, you know, literally for 2 months. And I had sold a whopping 2 condos in Bal Harbor, which is right next to Miami Beach, and they were both under 1 million. And his listing was many millions. And I ended up getting it. And I said to him, "Why did you choose me?" He said, "Oh, because I think you're the best realtor in that area." And I'm thinking, all he has to go on is like I had an internet presence. So the moral of the story is I had done enough blogging, which I need to get back to as well as everything that you're talking about. So sometimes perception is half of it. Um, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Awesome. Stephanie.
Hey, hey. So, I'm going back through the ones that I sent out and was wondering because of a couple of them relisted, do you continue to mail them?
The real marketing report, yes.
Yeah, and send them follow up or do any sort of follow up with them?
No, I won't call them after they've relisted, but they do still get my mailer,
Okay.
which, you know, at the bottom, it has the disclaimer, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. You know, I'm just giving them information on the numbers in the area.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
If you're already working with an agent, please disregard or whatever.
right. So I don't stop that, you know, because like I said, that got us a $4 million win, you know, because we kept staying in front of them, even though they
Oh, uh-huh. And then
Yeah.
on the addresses and like the data, do you only use white pages or do you kind of pick from other places? Because I'm having a hard time finding some of these owners' information, which I think they do on purpose.
Right. And the thing is yeah, we didn't find everybody's stuff. We only used white pages. If we didn't find it, oh well. Like 70% of our appointments just came from the book and we never found their information. So don't let that, you know, discourage you. Keep, you know, set them up on the real marketing. You know, and then, you know, if they have email, we use Fellow. So Fellow is engaging with them about their home's value too.
What
But
if you can't even like find their name?
you don't have a tax record in Texas?
Yeah, but like I can't find. We have Realist. I guess I could maybe go straight to the county. Is that what you would do?
Yeah, we go to the tax record to find that.
Yeah, we have a tax record thing on our MLS, but maybe it's not super accurate.
Yeah, so if you find the tax record, that's the owner, and then you put the owner and city and state in the white pages, and that's usually how you can find that. Awesome.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome, Lori. You're muted.
So I wanted to tell Michael something about vetting, you know, who's qualified for the book. You know, once you find like maybe 10, 15 or 20 people who you want to send the book to, you have to kind of take the vetting all the way through. So number one, check, make sure it has not gone back on the market. Number two, go into White Pages or Forewarn or somewhere, make sure you can get a phone number and an email. Otherwise, your follow-up is going to be more difficult. If you make sure it's not on the market, make sure you can get a phone number and make sure you can get an email. That's a good candidate for the book.
I know, but 70% of ours didn't have a phone number or email.
I know.
So
Yeah.
like and the good thing is no other realtors could get a hold of them either. So that's why they're calling.
True. Yeah, true. And, make sure that they have a physical mailing address and not a PO box because you can't overnight to a PO box.
Right. You want to make sure you FedEx, do not mail, and yeah, FedEx to their address. So on our tax record, I don't know how everybody's state is, but it basically has the property address and then their mailing address. So we have a lot of people that have second homes here and they all live in California. So we send the book to California so that, we're talking directly to them. Awesome. I love it. All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to hop into the VIP room. Does anybody else have any other questions? Anything? We good?
Yeah, quick question. Do you feel there's any difference between them receiving a package from FedEx or UPS?
No, I don't think. I just think it's better than going in the mailbox.
Of course. Okay.
Yeah. So, and then get a FedEx account. Like that's going to save you money. If you just take it right to FedEx, it's going to cost a fortune. But when you sign up for an account, and we did 13 a week. So just in case you guys want to know, and then the books plus the envelopes plus the printing inside and the FedEx label is all $25 a book. Like that's nothing compared to what you're going to make, right? Yes, we order 100 at a time, so it seems a little expensive at first, but well worth it. Belia, hey.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Good. Just wanted to kind of share a tidbit with the other agent that was asking about how you find their name. Obviously, like if you reach out to your title company you work with, they provide you a login to a website where you can pull any farm. You can literally just enter the address and it gives you their name and their mailing address if they're not residing in that home. So just wanted to share that with the other agent.
Title company, yep.
Title companies.
Yep, they have a lot of info.
Yep. And the MLS, you can also look it up on your MLS.
Right. Yeah.
Thanks. Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. You're welcome. All right, you guys. Well, have an amazing Tuesday. We will see you next week where we're going to talk about Street Tech's new features. I'm super excited. They're rolling out some good stuff. So see you next week. Bye.